So guys, this is my XSR 700. It's a 2020 edition, and you've seen a couple of my videos. I'm a beginner rider. I just started riding, and I actually started riding towards the end of 2019. I started taking lessons, and then I passed my test mid 2020. So I ordered this bike, bought it new, and I've really enjoyed it since I've had the bike. It's actually a really nice bike for a beginner rider, and I'll just explain to you why I think that as well. So the real reason is it's actually the engine is it's more torque than it is out and out kind of pickup performance, which is still a reasonably fast bike, but it's very manageable power. It's nice and linear power band on it, so there's just a nice amount of power through all the gears. It's quite a torquey bike as well, so it just pulls well in any gear you need. Uh, the brakes is quite nice. They're not like an immediate jolt if you hit the foot brake or the brake on the handlebars. So it's just a nice kind of responsive, but not like kind of overkill superbike type of brakes. Just a nice, blend of stopping power, but you don't get that jolt when you press them. So between the brakes, I think the change in the gears also is very easy. Um, there's a nice feel to the clutch. It isn't heavy. It's very it's very easy to get the bike for a beginner rider. Um, and so as a beginner rider myself, I really enjoy the bike. Um, what it's really not good for, and you'll probably heard it in lots of videos, is the fact that it is a naked bike. um, I did take it on the motorway once or twice, and obviously one day I took it out. It was extremely windy, and I was just getting hit in the chest. So if you are going to use these bikes, say in a motorway or something like that, they're actually not really made for motorways. If you're looking for something, you probably want to get something a bit meatier, a bit heavier, more of a bigger cruiser for a motorway. But definitely get a front visor for them if that's you're going to do a bit of riding on the motorways. Town riding, it is a beautiful bike to ride. I've really enjoyed it. It's an eye-catching bike. I love the colours of the red, white, and black. It's very retro, and it's just a really nice bike for town riding. Uh, that being said, I would like to update the suspension to the Olin's suspension. It is a wee bit harsh. It could probably absorb a wee bit better. It's a wee bit rigid sometimes. So yeah, that's one of the upgrades I probably will do next year. Um, I was thinking about going all out with a bike. So there's other models where you get a complete blackout version, and there was older styles that had like a lovely kind of grey or like a gunmetal grey tank, and really really nice bikes. And when I seen those bikes, it was like, God, that's really nice. You can turn it onto a scrambler. You can get the fork style, the gators for the forks. You can turn it onto real more of a scrambler look. You can change the headlights. You can put on the smaller headlights. And I was really all for doing that. I really wanted to kind of make all those changes and make it more of a scrambler look. And then I seen a bike, the exact same color, and the guy had done all the modifications that was in my head because I seen it in the older colors. He changed the headlights, he changed the handlebars, he changed the gator forks. He just made it look more like a scrambler, and to be honest, it didn't suit the color of the bike. In fact, if you actually, it's actually very retro with this color. So I decided not to even think about changing lights or doing the gator thing to make it more of a scrambler bike, because the colour itself kind of, and then the light adds to that 80s retro style, and I kind of grew to like the headlight the way it is. Um, so yeah, I opted against a lot of the things that I first thought I would actually do to the bike. Uh, the two main things that I would do, that I probably will do next year, is number one, I'm going to change the exhaust system. I'm going to get a really nice exhaust system that'll complement the engine. It's a lovely torquey bike, but the exhaust is pretty mediocre. The other things is really just based on performance. So I probably will try and get a nice visor, nothing too bulky or kind of silly looking, but just a nice visor. And I'll change the suspension. I might do the forks as well, the Olins, and the rear suspension, the Olins. And I'm sure that from what our reports have read, that improves the bike's handling, and kind of it soaks up a lot more as well. So, but outside that, I love it. It's a beautiful bike. It's my first bike, and you know, I can't think of any other bike that I would want. I love it. I just really like it. It's just a nice first bike. I don't want for any more power. And yeah, I really can't fault it. I really can't fault it. This color is the 2020 edition color. So I ordered this. It took maybe 4 months with the whole COVID thing. That's what kind of slowed it up. Uh, and now it's the 2021 colors as well. From what I've read, they haven't made any. I don't know if they have made any changes to the 2021 XSR 700. I know they made some to the MT-07s. Whether that carries over, if there was any subtle changes to the engine or tweaking, I don't really know if that's going to change it over to the XSR 700. I think this is just the standard bike for 2021 as well, and it probably has more to do with COVID. Maybe they just didn't get the orders out, or supply or delivery, or or obviously it puts a lot of people off during the lockdown as well, and reprioritizing what they actually need in life. These are obviously luxuries of kind of just extra leisurely things, aren't they? So but I suppose personally for me, I bought it because I wanted a really good commuter for a city, for a town. I could have went for the XSR 900, but being honest, I'm new to bikes. I don't have that level of confidence. From what I've seen in the videos of the XSR 900, they're a beast. They're so powerful. And that to me is just, don't get me wrong, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, a couple of years younger, probably would have went with no common sense and just went for the bigger bike, paying, I think it was an extra 1,000 more. But the 700 is actually all you need. It's perfect power. I think performance wise, it's something like 3.5 seconds to 60 miles per hour. So, maybe not the fastest motorbike, certainly not. But in comparison to a car, what do you get 3.5 seconds out of? So don't think that you're jumping on a slouch. This is a retro style bike with a modern ingenuity, great engine, nice braking system, well balanced, quite light. I think it's 120 kg. It's comfortable. Yeah, I can't say anything else about it. Can't say nothing bad about it. It's almost done. I think it's nearly 1,800 miles on it at this point. It's winter in Ireland now, so I was out today, but it's very cold and it's a wee bit slippy. So yeah, it's not ideal weather in Ireland to be on a bike right now. But yeah, 100%. If you're on the market for a good bike, I love my bike. I love it. It's something that I never thought I would get into. I'm 39 years old, and I never thought I would get into motorbikes ever. But I just took the notion, and I've no regrets. But yeah, power, plenty of power, a lot of power to be respected, and it's a really nice first bike. You'll not you won't be disappointed. And as I say, I had different options. I could have went for, you know, the Triumph. I was looking at the BMWs. I was looking at second-hand bikes. But one of the reasons I went for a new bike was because I wanted, because I don't know enough about motorbikes. I wanted something that you know, that I knew the tires were good. It was reliable. It'll get properly serviced with a garage. There's warranty with it. Uh, and yeah, I wouldn't know what to look for effectively to go and buy a bike. So, you know, it validated, the safety validated the purchase of buying new, and also the lack of experience and the lack of knowledge that I have on motorbikes as well. So it made sense just to buy new. Don't get me wrong, there's probably good value on the second hand market, and they're a great bike. So I wouldn't second guess if you were buying second hand. They go for it because you know, I would imagine they're, from what I've read, they're very reliable, very robust engine. Uh, so yeah, um, they don't depreciate much as well. So uh, for me, I've been on the cars in a long time. You know, I've always been interested in cars. Uh, yeah, bikes don't depreciate as fast. So you know, effectively, you could buy a motorbike and maybe lose up to 1,000 in a year, which in the scheme of things, you buy a car, you take it out of a showroom, you could drop 5,000, and you know, over a couple of months in value. You know, at least a couple of thousand as soon as you take it out of the showroom. So yeah, bikes hold their value. So you know, all in all, great fun, great experience on the Yamaha XSR 700. Uh, and yeah, if you're on the market, definitely go for it. You know. Cheers, everyone, and I hope you liked the review. Thanks.